Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how are you today? Well, this article was sent to me by a subscriber, and this is very, very concerning. I will say that. There was supposedly 300 tons of emergency Rona supplies sent to Delhi in the last 5 days, but apparently it just mysteriously disappeared. So we're going to talk about that today. Okay. Now, no domestic flights have taken off to carry these supplies to other parts of India, nor have states been informed about their share by the center. In the past 5 days, 25 flights loaded with 300 tons of emergency relief supplies have landed in India's capital from around the world. These supplies included 5,500 oxygen concentrators, 3,200 oxygen cylinders, and am I reading that right? 136,000 this word, remdesivir, REMDESIVIR injections, said a spokesperson from the Delhi International Airport Limited. The emergency aid could save lives, but it seems not to have reached even those who are gasping for oxygen just a few kilometers away. This is sad. It really is. There's pictures that I'm going to leave at the end of this video so you can see for yourself. Plus, I'll leave the link at the in the description box below, okay? So you can see for yourself exactly what I'm referring to and what I'm talking about, okay? This was just sent to me today. As far as I know, we have not received anything so far, said Dr. Nutan, N-U-T-A-N, Mundeja. It's M-U-N-D-E-J-A. He is the Director General of Health Services of Delhi government. Delhi, which has nearly 100,000 active Rona cases and 20,000 patients in the hospital right now. So this is serious, all right? They're facing a crippling shortage of oxygen. On May 1st, 12 patients, including a doctor, passed in Batra, B-A-T-R-A hospital after it ran out of life-saving gas. By April 30th, Delhi Airport had received 500 oxygen concentrators from the United Kingdom, 700 from Ireland. On May 2nd, another 1,000 oxygen cylinders arrived from the United States and 150 oxygen concentrators from Uzbekistan. Yet, hospitals and families continue to make desperate appeals for oxygen on social media. While the status of the emergency supplies remain unclear, barring oxygen generation units sent by France, which have been earmarked for 8 hospitals, 6 of them in Delhi. Not just Delhi, though. The emergency relief supplies seem not to have been dispatched to other states in India. There's no record of Rona-related medical aid being sent to domestic destinations. The Ministry of External Affairs told The Hindu that an empowered group of ministers and officials were fielding requests from state governments But officials in 6 states told scroll.in, I'm guessing that's a website. So if you want to look that up, it's SCROLL.in, on Monday, that they have not heard from the center about whether they will be receiving any share in the emergency supplies. Jeez. We really need these supplies, but we don't even know they have arrived, said Kumar Rahul, the secretary in Punjab Health Department. Tamil Nadu Health Department had not heard from the center either. As of now, we have got no intimation about any state allotment. We don't know what has been received by Delhi and for whom it has been received. Bihar, Bihar, which has seen a surge in the last few weeks, has also not received any of the emergency supplies. A senior health official said the state could do well with some supplies of oxygen concentrators and cylinders. In adjoining Jharkhand, Jharkhand, Ravi Kumar Shukla, Shukla, the state's National Health Mission Director, said the state had no information if any emergency supplies being allocated to it. West Bengal, which is in drastic need of both oxygen cylinders and concentrators, according to state officials, has not received any either. Neither has there been any information about allocation. Odisha's, which is Odisha, their state health department said that the state needed more remdesivir supplies. Remdesivir. We haven't received any international aid. I have been in talking to Secretary, the Union Department of Pharmaceuticals, almost every day about it. Wow. Much of the assistance arriving at the Delhi airport is being handed over to the Indian government through the Indian Red Cross Society, a non-profit organization with close links to the government, and consignments that come from abroad are generally handed over to the Indian Red Cross Society. It is they who distribute, as per GOI, or Government of India Directive, a dedicated logistic facility called the Geevoday, Geevoday warehouse had been set up over 3,500 square meters at the airport for the interim storage of relief materials. 4 shipments sent by the United States have landed at Delhi Airport between Friday morning and Sunday night. As each U.S. Shipment arrives, USAID is transferring ownership of provided materials upon their arrival to the government of India through the Indian Red Cross organization. We refer you to the Government of India for information about the deployment and use of these materials subsequent to their transfer. R.K. Jain, or Jain, the Secretary General of the Indian Red Cross, said its role was confined to getting the consignments cleared through customs and handing them over to HLL Life Care Limited, a central government company, which he said was handling storage and logistics. The allocation is done by the Health Ministry, he said. Jan did not respond to specific queries about the status of shipments that had arrived. Well, why not? Why isn't he responding? That's hinky. Another official of the Indian Red Cross who spoke on the condition of anonymity said the relief material was being stored in HLL Life Care Limited's warehouse in the airport's cargo section. The official said some of the materials were under transit but refused to give out more details. You should contact HLL, said the ministry. Why can't you just tell us where they are? Why do we have to do all the legwork? Why can't you just tell us? If you know that where they're in transit, just give us a tracking number, for crying out loud. HLL Life Care's limited chairperson, Beji, George, also refused to field queries. Asked if any materials had been dispatched at all, George said, "It is coming and going. You may check with the Ministry of Health." Sorry, Charlie. Something's not right. Questions emailed to Mandeep Bhandari, the joint secretary in the health ministry who oversees HLL Life Care Limited's operations, went unanswered. He did not respond to phone calls. A person who works in the humanitarian aid sector who did not want to be identified said the Indian Red Cross Society did not have adequate personnel to handle relief operations on this scale. Another problem, he said, was that the customs clearance process was taking long since the authorities were insisting on a declaration of the value of each shipment, even though the government had waived duties. This is aid sent by other governments. It should be cleared in one go. Yeah, no kidding. Even oxygen concentrators purchased by a private hospital in Delhi were lying, stacked up at the Delhi airport. Its lawyer told the Delhi High Court around 1:30 p.m. on Monday, which was yesterday, the court asked the center to furnish details about the number of concentrators pending customs clearance at the airport. In a statement released several hours later, the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs said no such consignment is pending with custom authorities. Bullshit. So you're just going to let all those people suffer when all of these different countries, us and Ireland and the UK, have sent all of these supplies over, and you're just going to let them go because you don't want to answer questions? What did you do? Where did you put those supplies? Or better yet, who did you hand them over to? What other country? Are you trying to pay a debt off? Did you promise them to somebody else? To dig your way out of something that you caused? Anyway. All right, I'll leave the link in the description box. Along with, let me see if I can get these. Yeah, I can. All right, I'll get these pictures at the end of the video. All right, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping, fear less. And I got more work to do outside. I bought more grape plants. I'll never be finished out there. I love you. Bye.